So far this year, it's been a fun season. We're halfway through the year. We just got done with our last competition of the first semester. I think what's been, most special to me is really, continuing to get to know these guys on a daily basis, developing those relationships, and really seeing what the Army West Point wrestling family is all about. This place is incredibly special. First off, the United States Military Academy, right, is something, just you can't even experience it without knowing and being here on a daily basis with our guys. But specifically with our wrestlers, getting to know what's important to them and talking to them about BHA, right, and our brotherhood, our heart, our attitude, our warrior mentality here. This team is a bunch of brothers. It's close like none other that I've ever experienced, and it's just been a joy to be a part of that and continuing to see those relationships grow over time. Competition week, getting ready for a duel here out in Indiana coming up. It's really one and the same. Every travel week is always the same. We're doing the same thing over and over. I think that's one thing that I feel is really special about West Point is our guys. Discipline and structure is a huge part of their lives, and that's something that really makes successful wrestlers down the road, right? So our structure, our plan moving into this week is really the same as it is every week. We're going to hit the road on Thursday and head out on to compete on Saturday. Those couple days is going to be some good training, some good camaraderie on the road, and just getting to get ready for this duel coming up. Brotherhood is something that I think a lot of times can go a little bit forgotten. Wrestling is very unforgiving. It's an individual sport where, you are out there with yourself just against an opponent, and it can be challenging at times, right? But I think what makes this team so special is when you're able to really buy into the BHA and everything that you're doing on a daily basis, and being able to go out and compete, train, love what you're doing on a daily basis with your brother. It just makes it that much more special. And our guys are just that tight-knit group. They're literally, ready to go to war for their brothers each and every weekend out there. And that's really what's preparing them for life as well.
Yeah, the bond between us is like no other. I think it's like 14 or 15 firsties out here. Like, we're all like brothers. I think like 6 or 7 of us are getting married in the summer after we graduate. Everybody's going to be at everybody's wedding. It's a bond that's going to last for life.
We go by the motto BHA, brotherhood, heart, attitude, warrior, and brotherhood is our main aspect of that, but it doesn't even encapsulate how close we are as a team. It doesn't matter what you need, there's somebody on this team that's going to help you with it, coaches included, staff included, whoever it is, we're all here for each other, and it's just beyond special.
Indiana's got a great team. They're a top 25 team. A lot of good matchups, some ranked matchups here today. So really excited to see where our guys are at and just be able to go put it on the line, compete fearless, just go out and wrestle to the best of their ability. That's what we're looking for every time out. And, I believe we've got a group of guys here that if they go out and they compete at the highest level, good things are going to happen for them. Big message for the team going into today is, really just go out, compete, have fun, worry about scoring the next point, right? Just not worrying about kind of where you're at in the total match. It's a 7-minute match. There's a lot of wrestling ahead of you. Just worry about scoring the next point. Be excited, go out, really look to dominate, and just have fun with it. And I think our guys thus far, they're embracing that. They're excited. They're ready to go.
Go, 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 go. Go.
I would describe Coach Nickerson's coaching philosophy as something that is more just go out there and have fun. He lets you dictate your own way of wrestling and take control of your own wrestling. And I believe that's a great way to go about things. He can be super hands-on when he needs to be, and he can be super hands-off when he wants to be. He wants to see your commitment to the sport and the team.
Really solid performance from Jake Craps today, coming in on short notice. I think it really speaks to the depth of this program, right? I mean, the amount of guys we have that are willing to put it on the line and go out and show up, on short notice and really just get the job done. Jake is a relentless competitor. He goes out, I feel like, and gives it his all every time he gets an opportunity to compete. And, we're really excited for him. I think his future's bright. He's only a freshman and, really looked to dominate in that match. And, I think his pace is one of his best attributes. And the more he can go out and really look to score points, he's going to be special.
Here. It's going to be Braden Basile on the other side for the Black Knights. And you mentioned this is your favorite match.
Braden came away with a nice ranked win today. I want to continue to see Braden really taking that next step and, starting with a lead. We've seen too many times this year where he's kind of putting himself in a hole and having to wrestle back through the match, which is, again, something that he did today, was able to get a nice win. Really, as he continues to develop as a competitor, really looking to separate himself early in the match and not, waiting to, kind of give up a score or two here or there where he has to kind of fight back and make it a little grittier than it should be. But really happy with Braden's performance. I mean, he's really proven to himself that going up a weight is no big deal for him. He's one of the top guys in the country at 141 pounds.
Successful with 1 minute and 42 seconds of a riding time advantage. He will win 5-4 as Porter not quite able to climb away.
Yeah, real solid win from Joe Antonio today. Another ranked opponent. Joe is only a freshman. We're really excited for what we see out of him thus far. I feel like every time he steps on the mat, he's getting better, right? He's learning more about himself. Again, I think he proved at the end of the match he can ride tough, which is something we need to continue to work on. He needs to make sure that he's being a complete wrestler each and every time out there. But Joe's ceiling is through the roof. He's been a high-level competitor his entire life, and that's translating right now onto the college scene. And he's got a really bright season ahead of him and a bright future as well. For Brady, I think, Brady did his job today, right? Going out there and just really dominating his opponent, forcing his will. I think he's been one of those guys really trying to find his identity the last couple weeks here. And, I think he really went out. He was aggressive. The angles he created were really spectacular today. I think he did a great job of using his counter offense and really creating angles where he could create easy scoring opportunities, using his speed to get around his opponent. Really went out and dominated. I mean, that's the Brady Colbert we want to see each and every week, and he's going to continue to get better each and every time out there. Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of good that we can take away from this match this weekend. I think there's definitely always some things we can work on. That's where we're at as a program right now. We're still in the first semester. I mean, our entire philosophy is making sure that we're ready come the end of the season, right? So, we're kind of still just touching the surface of where we're going to be, and I really like where our guys are at. They're excited, they're healthy. We've got a nice little break coming up tomorrow here. We'll get ready for T's coming up. We've got finals, and I know our guys are preparing for those. We've got a nice little solid training block before we send them home for a few days for Christmas, and then it's right back to work. We're hitting the first week of January. We're heading out to the Southern Scuffle, which is a big event for us. We had a really solid performance there last year and really looking to follow that up with another solid performance. So I like where our team is at, and we're going to keep progressing and continue moving forward.